Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's Friday. Yay. We made it to the end of the week. Just relaxing here, having some coffee. I just made a cup. I haven't been drinking that much coffee lately, but not really in hot weather. I will have my iced coffee, which I haven't made. Maybe I'll do one later. I'll have an iced coffee later. Went to the mall yesterday, but before I talk about that, I want to thank you all for all your inputs on the video that I posted last night. I appreciate that. It was a great conversation. It still is a great conversation. It's something that probably a different type of Disney fans wouldn't even realize what is happening because, again, they're in that little, bubble. So, but I just wanted to point that out to people, what is happening. And these are the news things, and these are the kinds of podcasts, and these are the kind of vloggers, and these are the kind of news stations on YouTube that I'd like to get out that good information. This is some serious crap. I still don't understand why the Disney company would allow that, but that's on them. I'm sure we'll find out in the coming weeks, maybe months. It may take a while, but somebody will come out with something else about that. Okay, thank you so much again. I went to the mall yesterday, and I want to tell you about my experience with Shake Shack. Yay! I tried a Shake Shack burger. I posted the pictures on my Instagram page. I ordered, it was just a regular Shake Shack burger. I think it's called a Shack burger. Shack burger, yeah, I think that's what it is. And it involved cheese and lettuce and tomato on a charcoal broiled hamburger, okay? Now, when I make a hamburger here at home, I use a different type of chopped meat. It's not really chopped meat, it's sirloin. And sirloin is a more leaner meat. I mean, it's chopped meat, but it's a leaner meat. It's a better consistency, less fat and all that other stuff. And unfortunately, it's a little bit more money, but you know what? I'm going for the good meat. So what this one was, I could just tell it was chopped meat. It was a flame broiled burger with cheese, a little bit of lettuce. And I mean a little bit of lettuce. They only maybe put like one little strand of lettuce on there, but they put a tomato. What Shake Shack does is that they'll give you a number to put on your table. It's like a little picture number. You put it on your table, and this way, when you make your order and you pay for everything, they will bring it to your table, which I think is cool because you could pick your table ahead of time. That's great. So I did. I picked it in the corner because I wanted to take pictures, and I didn't want to be near anybody. And there was quite a few people in there yesterday. But see, that's what it is with me with the vlogging and the posting. I just feel funny about doing certain things. I wanted to do a video, but I didn't have the proper camera set up. Remember, I'm only doing this from my phone, so I can't have the proper camera set up for that. I don't have a vlogging camera, It's just me being raw. So I waited at the table, picked the table, I got a Dr. Pepper drink, and I went back to my table, and the person brought my food over, and the presentation was good. The burger was a little bit thinner than that I'm used to, but then again, I like a burger that's thin. This was on the level of maybe just a little bit thicker than a McDonald's burger, but much more smaller, much more thinner than a restaurant burger, a regular diner burger, okay? That's what I wanted to compare it to. And I didn't get any fries or anything like that. I just got the burger and a drink, and it was very good. The taste of it was there. The taste of it was good. The flavor was good. The cheese was good. The cheese was totally melted onto the burger, which was good. It wasn't a half slap on the cheese and then, the wind hits it and then it'll no, it wasn't like that, as you would probably see from the photos that I posted. No, it was a very good burger. I was glad for that. That burger with the drink was close to $9. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to treat myself because I did cash in my lotto scratch-off tickets. As you also see that other video from yesterday that I purchased another ticket and I hit another $25. So it was a good day all in all. Went into Primark. They just put it must have been done 2 minutes before I walked in there, that they that they put up Mickey and Minnie matching dolls. They're not so much dolls, they're decoration, but they're standing decoration. You can stand. They have flat feet, so they're easily to stand up. And those dolls were $18 a piece. They have both of them, Mickey and Minnie, and they're dressed up in their Halloween colors, Halloween attire, which, like, every year, it always reminds me of the Disney store, because every year the Disney store usually has their own set of plushes. So I'm sure they have it online too. They have their own holiday plushes. And my last holiday plush for the Halloween that I purchased was 2018, so that's going back. But it's the same colors, so, you know, for me, I get one set, that's it, I'm good. I don't have to get a different set every year. But I didn't purchase anything from Primark on that. Now the bags, the backpacks and the Disney bags, I went in there Monday and they were all set up I took pictures also on Instagram. They were all set up on a beautiful display on the wall. Now I go in there yesterday, which was Thursday, they're back over on the racks. And there's not that many of them right now left. They do have a beautiful display. Again, they must have put it up 5 minutes before I walked in, of ears. They have pink princess ears. I showed you the purple princess ears with the crown. It's purple ears, but I have the one with the crown. They have those exact ears in pink. They have the Stitch sequin ears that I also got a few months ago. They also have those again. And they have Little Mermaid ears. And then they have regular Mickey, which looks like confetti ears. So they have all those new sets of ears, and the display was like really great. And then of course they have the mini bride ears. They have the bridal ears. Now, you know, you go to Disney and you pay $30 to $40 for these things. These over here at Primark are about not even $7 to $8. They're in between. They're in between $6 to $8. Not a bad price, right? Even if they were $10, they would still beat it. So then that was it on Primark. I left there. The Disney clothing is kind of scary to me because they still have the same exact clothing on the racks that I showed you from 2 weeks ago. They didn't get anything new. Okay. They have a whole Coca-Cola section now. They have a whole Coca-Cola racing section. They have jackets, they have shirts, they have sweatpants, things like that. So I thought that was cute. They also have Pizza Hut, which I think is so strange. I mean, I thought the Cheetos from the Cheetos chips, I thought those were weird, that whole section. But now they have Pizza Hut as well. Whatever. But I do like the Coca-Cola section. The jacket, the racing jacket is really nice. It's like $65. So I left there. And then I walked into Barnes & Noble, because what I do is Barnes & Noble, I have been selectively collecting, and I've been doing this now for the past few months. I'm also being very picky on my collections. I'm very picky on this because I don't want to overflood my home either. You know, I have lots of things and I'm trying to display what I already own. I'm trying to incorporate it, but not have it saturated. You know, that's what I do, okay? Like you see all here, this is all Disney, but this is also Peanuts, so it's like that, which I'm gonna have to dust again. I don't even want to think of it. I'm not in the mood. Anyhow, I have been collecting the Little Golden books, and you know these books are cute. I've had many of these books when I was a kid. Unfortunately, I don't have the original books anymore, but I've been collecting the Disney ones, and I've been trying to collect the Disney rides and the attractions. So a few months ago, I started with Space Mountain. I do have It's a Small World, which is cool. Okay. And then I collected, I wanted to collect the princesses, and I don't want to collect all the movies. I'm not going to do all of them, but it's selectively. So this one I got a few months ago at Box Lunch because I had Box Lunch money, so I got this one for, you know, as part of my Box Lunch money, which is Lilo and Stitch. I think like I said, I may want to set that up with the Lilo and Stitch Funko Pop. You know, may want to set it up. I think these are cute. I have Tangled. I also have, as you probably know, because I did displays with the paparazzi jewelry, as far as the Disney themed jewelry, I like to incorporate it. But I also, I use this as a backdrop, which is the Cinderella. I love this. Now, the other day, I grabbed, it's a special collector's edition, Mickey's Walt Disney World Adventure. Now this was for the 50th. Of course, they had to take that and stick the 50th on there, but So I saw this originally on Amazon, but I have a Barnes and Noble right near me at the mall. Everything's at my mall. So I picked this up. These books are very inexpensive. They're $5.99, and you can get them. So I picked that one up. But then yesterday, I stopped in Barnes & Noble because I'm trying to get the Pirates of the Caribbean. I know they have the Pirates of the Caribbean, but my Barnes & Noble don't have that one. So I may have to pick this one up now from Amazon. I didn't really want to do that. Yesterday, I picked up Alice in Wonderland. I'm always on an Alice in Wonderland kick. So, and like things around my town here in New York City, you know, we have Central Park. And Central Park has a beautiful, beautiful statue of a scene from Alice in Wonderland. So I always love that statue. I've been going there since I was a kid, for God's sake. So this always reminds me of that. So that's what I got so far. I did see Princess and the Frog. I will be getting that. But there is something about it, Princess. Now, see, I could show you the back of the books. I would like to get the Jungle Book. I would love to get Peter Pan. I already have the Haunted Mansion because that one I display out when I do the Halloween stuff. Jungle Cruise I would like. I would like certain, mostly the attractions, and of course the Pirates of the Caribbean. But like the princesses, I still may get Sleeping Beauty. I want the classics. I know they have Snow White. Yes, they do, and I will be getting that one also. I did see that one at my Barnes & Noble. I want to grab that. I should have did it maybe yesterday, but I grabbed the Alice in Wonderland. You know, I like to do things a little at a time. Unfortunately, everybody scoops everything up, but I try my best. So I'm after right now the Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm probably going to have to do that one on Amazon, which brings me to my focus group and the $30 gift card for Amazon. I did get it in the mail. I did get it. Who is calling me? And I don't care. I'm going to end that call. Anyway, and that was really in on that one. Like I said, I'm very selective. So I looked at the Princess and the Frog book yesterday. I had it in my hand. I will be getting it. But the thing is that it's not the princess. Tiana is not wearing the beautiful green dress. She doesn't look anything like, let's say, like the DVD box of the movie, which I don't have either, but I will be getting it as well. Now that I don't have Disney Plus, I will have to continue my DVD collection. That gives me a good reason to do this. Tiana on the front of this book, and I wish they had the cover of the book of what it looked. They don't have it, but she looks like a Funko Pop. Her eyes are blacked out. It's just a weird looking cover for Princess and the Frog. I saw that yesterday. I should have took a still shot of it. I should have took a picture of it, but I didn't. Maybe I will. But then again, next time I go, I may just pick that book up. Yeah. So I'm after the Pirates of the Caribbean. So, like I said, the $30 gift card, which was the Amazon gift card, I did receive it. So it is now on my Amazon account. Yay. So they did give that to me. That's what I wanted to let you know. So that was really it at the mall. Oh, I went to did I go to Box Lunch? No, I went to Hot Topic, and Hot Topic has little sales. I don't have any Box Lunch. I don't have any Hot Topic money on my account, but I did pick up, when you buy one button, you get the second button 30% off, and I thought that was cute. So yesterday, I love my denim jacket, and I love my buttons all over my denim jacket. Listen, it's an 80s thing, okay? I'm an 80s chick also. So for that, I picked up Guardians. And I thought this was so cute, but I picked this up as well. Let me see if I don't have to get this upside. So depending on how I look at it in my eyes, sometimes I get this upside down. I love Stitch's Elvis. Also yesterday, the Circle of Hope website, which is they sell Loungeflies, last night at 9 o'clock our time, Eastern Standard Time, they came out with the Elvis collection. Now, it's awfully funny, I picked this button up and then the Elvis collection happens last night. Now, my husband had offered to purchase me the Elvis Loungefly, which I let go. I'm not going to do it. I have my reasons. But for me, just seeing the Elvis Loungefly, and all of a sudden everybody's into Elvis, they're all going to grab the bag. Stick to your Disney thing, huh? Anyway, The thing is that I come from a family who loves music. I married a musician. He wasn't in my family, but I married a musician. I mean, music has always been part of me. Concerts, collective music, going to see musicians. I had an aunt and a few uncles as well. I had an aunt who was crazy about Elvis. God bless you. She's passed on now, but she was a huge Elvis fan. And my mommy and my father, because this happens to be my father's sister. This is all on my father's side of the family. And my mom and my dad had purchased her when she was like maybe about 15, 16 years old. They purchased her a record player. Now, it wasn't a turntable back then. It was a record player, one of the fold-up record players. And they purchased that for her, and she was so excited because my mother and father bought her like an Elvis album, and she was a huge Elvis fan that remained throughout her life. So I always remember that story. My mother says, oh yeah, she took the record player, she went inside, she said, shut the door. She says, all you heard was Elvis music coming out of the room all night. You know, I love those stories. So years later, my aunt, my uncle, who she was married to, took her to Graceland. And this was a big, I mean, you'd think Disney fans are big. This was a huge deal for my aunt. And she got a photo with her and an Elvis impersonator. She was thrilled. You know, this was her thing to do, and it was like the biggest trip for her of the century. It really was. But yeah, I thought that was so funny. And first thing when I saw the bag that it was going to be coming out, I was like, wow, if my aunt can only see that, you know. And then when I was a kid, she has a child. My cousin is 6 years younger than me, so I'm 57. She's going to be in her, obviously, 40s. We'll just leave that alone. But years ago, back in the 70s, I was about 11 years old. I had eye surgery when I was 12, so this was before my eye surgery. Yeah, I was 11, and my cousin was 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe she was even 5, but it doesn't matter. We were at like a Kmart store, and this is in the 70s, mid to late 70s. And I don't know, my cousin was screaming about she wanted something, so my aunt purchased it for her, and I was staying with them at the time for the summer, and my aunt, I didn't ask for anything. I wasn't a child that did any of that, by the way. I wasn't. I was a very well-behaved child. I wasn't bratty. I go to someone's house, it was please, thank you, yes, thank you. That's the way I was, okay? I was a very well-behaved child, and I'm not kidding on that. So, you know, my cousin is screaming about something, so my aunt probably bought it for her just to shut her up. And she winds up, my aunt, going over to a rack, and she's looking at these shirts. And in the rack was Elvis shirts, T-shirts. And she's looking at one, and I will never forget this. It was a yellow shirt. It had like a rubberized patch, as they all do in the 70s. That was very big back then. And my aunt picked up the shirt, and it looked like a picture of Elvis from the Hawaii concert, which was a very big thing. As a matter of fact, I have that also on DVD. She picked up the shirt. She holds it up to me. She says, yeah, that's about right. She says, hold this. I thought she was buying it for someone. I didn't. We get to the counter, we get to the cashier, and my cousin opens up her mouth. That's not going to fit you, Mommy. And the cashier starts laughing. I noticed this. And my aunt, you know, being a child in the 70s was more of a thing. It was more of an easier life. She looks at her kid and said, well, who said I was buying it for me? She says, you getting what you want, then shut up. That's the way she used to talk. God bless her, I still remember this. I'm standing there now because I have no idea. I'm just standing there. So the lady says, well, Mommy could wear that shirt. She says, no, she can't. It's not going to fit her. I mean, really, you know, one of those things. You couldn't help but to want to do that. So, because my cousin was basically a brat, you know, good old family members. And maybe I could talk about that one day too, like how everybody has a different thing in their family, but I could tell stories too. But anyhow, after the cashier is smiling and she's ringing everything up, she takes it off the hanger. She, you know, puts it in a bag and gives it to my aunt. And my aunt takes the bag, says, thank you so much. She opens up the bag. She pulls out the Elvis shirt. And she says, here, Maureen. She said, this is for you. I was in shock. It's just an Elvis t-shirt. But the fact that I didn't ask for anything and I was just standing there and I thought that was so cool. So my cousin then said, well, how come she got that? I want an Elvis shirt. She said, they don't have one in your size. See how my aunt got her back for that? So I wound up with the Elvis shirt. I had that Elvis shirt many years. It was a bright yellow. Of course, it wound up to a faded yellow, maybe about 2 years later. But I could still see that shirt to this day. And she purchased that for me at Kmart. It was awesome. So, like, again, all those memories are coming up because I seen the Loungefly Elvis bag. And that's why I keep my memories like that. And also the fact that Disney memories are really, I tell you, I can go off and think about things. It's not that I sit and brood over it. It's just nice to remember. And the reason why I do that is because of the way this company is now. This is not the way it was back in early 1994, which was my first trip. My husband and I used to collect the Disney World Trip Birnbaum books. Okay, they come out with a new one every year. And each year, it's all updated to whatever the hell Disney has right now going on. What does they have, a whole book this year of construction sites? Because that's everything's in, I can just imagine, you open up the Birnbaum book, everything's in construction sites, everything's in scaffolds and walls. But when our first trip to Disney was 94, as you guys know, we were very excited. Back then my husband was my fiance, and we purchased the Birnbaum's 1994 book. And as the years went on, we were collecting these books. Well, it just so happens that during this relocating of this time, we let most of those books go. We actually let them all go, including the 1994 book, which now I think about it, I wanted to save it. Okay. But there is always good old eBay that comes through. So I looked up the other night, the books, and I could still see all the books from all the years. We kept them. We had them until 2013. I think that was from 94 to 2013. To us, this was like a whole encyclopedia set. But for me, I just want the 1994 to come back to me. So I went on eBay the other night. Somebody had it. 100% feedback, okay? Please always look when you're buying off of a seller, make sure that they have 100% feedback, okay? I wouldn't take nothing less. And if you do take anything less, look at those persons' reviews and see what they sold and see how the reviews go, because people leave bad reviews also, so you could look at that. I just want to let you know that. I only buy people from mostly 100% reviews. Anyway, I found one on eBay. Person wanted $14.99, and then with the shipping and everything, I think it was coming from Tennessee. So I put it in my watch list. And now on eBay, when you put something in your watch list, I guess the sellers get an inkling of who's watching their products. I got an email last night that the seller made an offer to me. From $14.99, it went down to $9.99. And then with shipping, everything came out to like a $15 and change flat. I grabbed it. So I'm going to be getting back my 1994 Disney World Trip Birnbaum book. I'm good. Certain things I just want back. Certain things I want to see again. And I will be getting that book back. That book, he already sent me the tracking number. So I should be getting that book on the 22nd of February. Hey! Of August, 22nd of August. Where the hell did I get February from? But anyway, yeah. And, memories are good like that. I still have some of the old original VHS tapes of when you want to book a Disney trip, you can order the free vacation video. We used to do that. I used to collect those. I let some of those go. As a matter of fact, if I get mad enough, I may just go for the 1994 Disney vacation, because I remember doing that also. And those are for free. You can get those for free. And then they moved up to DVD level, So I was collecting those as well. I was looking on YouTube the other night. Matter of fact, was it last night? Could have been the night before. And I was looking at the old original TV Disney World commercials, and I pulled up the 1994 one, and boy, do I remember that one. You know, it was just a happier time. It was a more exciting time. I remember packing my bag 11 months in advance before this trip. My father, my mother and myself were taking care of my dad. He was homebound, and he had leukemia, and he was terminal. He had passed away a month before my trip. So this trip, I never knew if this trip was going to fully happen. I was always on standby with this. Still the excitement, but at the same time, you are taking care of your parent, and you are going through so many emotions. So anytime that I did think of Disney, and sometimes I would get that thing back then of feeling almost guilty. And my mother says, don't do that. You know, if you feel you're happy about something, you have to give your mind a vacation from what is going on now. She says, I know, she says, I do the same thing. God bless my mother for doing that. So she says, you know, you take the bag out of the closet, you're looking at it, you're looking through all your new clothes and your new outfits. She says, do that. Do that. She says, we all need some sort of an outlet from what's going on in front of us right now. So, you know, I felt guilty, but then I didn't. But he passed away a month before my trip to Florida. When I stepped on that plane, it was also a sense of things changing, just me and my mom. My dad is no longer with us. I come back from this trip, I won't have things to tell him. I want to tell him so much. I mean, it was just a real emotional time. Now, also in 1993, going back a year, we had a trip to Aruba. My mother-in-law treated me to Aruba. She wanted us, you know, everybody to go. And also, again, we were taking care of my dad. But my mom was always that understanding. She says, we will be fine. We got the home care person, the physical therapist. She says, Maureen, you're only going for 5 days. She says, you're going to be fine. And it was around the Thanksgiving holiday. So I was actually at Aruba during Thanksgiving. I still think of this every so often. I didn't feel right, you know, but my mother had always had that sense of, you're going to be fine. They're treating you. She says, you're going to have a wonderful time. Go. She says, call me from Aruba when you get there and everything. She says, it's going to be fine. She said, your dad is going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And it's these kind of trips right now that I can just think back. But the Disney one, that was my first trip to Disney. So that was my first experience with that. But I do remember getting on that plane, me and my now husband, back then fiance, all we did was laugh. And this was also the first time, this was the second time that my ears experienced the severe pain during landing. It was wild. It was a wild time. So those are my little memories, and I don't know where I was going with it, but I just felt the need to share it with you. And I thank you so much for watching this and listening, you know. Yeah, it was a good experience. But that 1994 Burn Bombs book, that's what started this all. I said, I want that book back. So I'm getting it back. And I think they're including like a little Mickey and Minnie postcard. I think it's one of the vintage postcards as well. I know that's cool. That's cute. That's cool too, you know. Yeah, every year before our trip, we used to run to Barnes & Noble and buy that book. Wait, the new Burn Bombs book's coming out. Okay, we got to get it, you know. So we had to learn about the new things that was coming for that year. But I want to go back in time. I want to go back in time to a more easier Disney World. And that's why I'm doing that. So I want to say thank you again so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to this. I do enjoy giving you the stories. I do enjoy that. And I'll probably have a little bit more. Maybe in the next week or two, I would like to decorate for Halloween. I'm not doing it the Disney way anymore. Last year, I had them beat. I decorated before Disney had their Halloween party. So this year is like a little weird. I said, you know what, you're on your own. I'll do it whenever the hell I feel like. So Disney beat me this year. What I want to know is, the thing with Disney World, and we know that the parks are not doing that great. We know this. And I have a feeling, again, method to the madness. Disney World is having their parties now. Why didn't Oogie Boogie Bash start? Because you know why? I already had the answers, because even though their attendance is down, their numbers are doing better than Disney World during this quarter. So I bet you that's why Disney World rushed this. I mean, they had the dates up already, but it's just weird how everything worked out. Now I'm also wondering, Disney World must have knew their numbers even before the fiscal Q3 company earnings came out to the public. I mean, they must have known already. So they must have known this a few months back, that's why they put those tickets up for sale. Again, Halloween tickets are still available. So I don't know where the hype is that, they're sold out. They're sold out. They are not fully sold out. Get this through your heads. There are still dates available. Okay? And if I put on the damn computer later, I may just show you that. Because I'm also going to show you that the Christmas party is also still available, which is totally unheard of. Like I said, to backtrack, these things sell out within minutes. And this just didn't happen this year. Okay. Oh, thank God somebody just shut their air conditioner off. I didn't put mine on. I don't need it. I'm happy in front of it. I got the fan on in the bedroom, so I'm going to go back in there. Thank you again so much. Maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. So tonight's pizza night, so we have frozen pizza, thank God. I'll just make a little salad for me and hubby and take a shower and put the pizza in the oven, and then we lay down, we watch TV, and that's our night. So that's going to be it for tonight. All right, people. God bless you. Take care. I will talk to you soon. Love to all. Happy Friday, everyone. Bye-bye.